Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 3 of building the most insane thrifted sneaker collection.
Paul, you've got mail.
I got the internet going nuts.
So what is gravy, ladies and gentlemen? Today is episode 3, as I mentioned, of my vintage thrifted sneaker collection series. If you guys haven't watched episode 1 or 2, what are you doing? Tune into those so you are caught up and up to date. Now, before we get started in this episode, I just want to thank you guys for supporting, watching the video, smashing the like button, dropping comments, and furthermore, shopping on my website, thriftheavenvintage.com. That is where I'm selling these shoes, so you guys are legit fueling the series, and I try and pick out some of the best sneakers that aren't in my size that I think are cool, and I'm glad you guys agree. Now, speaking of shoes and sneakers, I am going to be at SneakerCon in Dallas, August 24th and 25th of this month, obviously. So if you guys live in DFW, pull up. If you don't, move there and pull up. But either way, I'll be in the building for 2 days, so show up, show out, show love. I'm gonna have plenty of vintage gear you guys can purchase, or y'all can just come to say what up. Now, in last episode, I picked up, I think, 5 pairs of shoes, and these are all the sneakers that sold, and that will determine the budget I have to work with. So I sold the Jordans for $64.49, the New Balance 990s in the burgundy colorway for $29.49. The 990s that were gray were sold for $22.49, and then the Brooks running shoes I sold for $15.49, and the New Balance Trail Runners for $17.49. So I feel like I give great prices on all the sneakers, and I do clean them up and make sure they are in premium shape. And so total my profit off those 5 pairs of kicks was $149.45, plus the $7.07 I had left over in my budget from the previous episode. So total this video, we have $156.52 to work with. Now that is more than a king's ransom, a fair share of money to buy some thrift kicks with. Hopefully I do come up with the loot this episode. We shall see. Also, after this video drops the same day, I am going to be live streaming selling a bunch of cool, degenerate, really raunchy t-shirts on Whatnot. So my username is ThriftGod. If y'all don't have an account, make one using the link in the video description. You'll get $15 off your first purchase. I just want to mention that right now because I am going to be live streaming after this video drops the day of its original release. With that being said, it is time to go to the first thrift because we're on a mission to find some vintage cheap kicks. And check out this pair of vintage Nikes, $15, which is egregious. These were made in 1999. They're dated 2000, big swoosh on the bottom. I don't think these have ever been worn. They are a size 8. Now I gotta look up the exact name and terminology of these dudes, but they actually are ancient. A little bit of discrepancy on that swoosh mechanism, but one pair of shoes that I definitely am gonna get for $15, and I know I can double my money on, are these gold medal $15 Ultra Boosts. I love gold! Again, just super cozy shoes. I ain't gotta sell them. You guys know what time it is. 11.5 is the size. So I'm gonna throw these on the website for a good 30 bucks, clean them up, get that pricing off, and then let them fly. With that being said, we'll see if there's anything else in here that does capture my fancy. So another thrift and more sneakers. Y'all let me know if I'm tweaking. I just did a poll on Instagram about whether I should cop or drop the New Balance off-roads. The color on the camera really isn't capturing the aesthetic of these dudes right here, but you got like the macaroni and cheese color scheme. The Trail 874 off-roads. I just think these look super clean. I don't even know the date on these dudes. I mean, the tread is all there. Pretty doggone crispy. Not too disgusting on the interior. It definitely looks like that Nike Shox era design. But man, 25 bucks. I think these are hard. They're size 11.5. A bit too tight on my feet. But yeah, I'm just contemplating whether I should cop for y'all. Man, these things are so crispy in my opinion. See guys, the shoes are dumb stacked in this store. Like there's shoes on top of shoes. You got Brooks, you have all types of runners, sandals, a little bit of everything. In the men's section though, there wasn't all too much that really did entice yours truly. These Adidas though, might have to make an exception. Might have to bind my feet for those. But yeah, the off-roaders, clean. See, this is what I'm talking about. Straight disgusting out here, raining, pouring. But we did grab the New Balances. I said it was unanimous. The poll is actually kind of close now that time has passed. But still, I think the people wanted the New Balances. And as long as one person wants them, that's enough for me. All right, 11.5. Thrift-vintage.com.
In this game, I got more cheese than chest of cheetah. Wife beater, lace snuggle across my torso. Now I'm in the dough like a chocolate chip morsel.
So we have proceeded on to the thrift outlet, and let me tell y'all this. Behind me is a pair of shoes that's my size that I would love to have in my collection. But check the science. You have the Air Force 180 mid, right? It's in the hyper white and red colorway. These things are from 2013. Look how terrible the leather is. Look how terrible the paint job is, and look at the glue. Luckily it does have the stitching on the toe cap, but my God, this thing is soul separating like nobody's business. It's like they used original garbage technology on these, and then the air bubble is straight up crumbleacious. So yeah, I feel like they used all the worst materials on these. $2.25 though, man. That is not a bad deal, and they are my size. Is it worth grabbing them, investing in a repair to only have the sole crumble? This is Nike's worst work in terms of quality, but God, this is such an iconic shoe, and it's my size. Why? Why? Well, I'll be. Look what else is in here, baby. The Jordan 9s. What are these, the statues? Yes, nice bronze. Dude, these things are mangled as hell. Trippy. Looks like someone ran these over a couple times. Size 12, once again, 2015. My size. These, I think I could clean up. God, that scuffing is crazy though on it. Again, $2.25, and again with the terrible Nike leather inclusion. I don't know if that's a scuff or what. Oh no, they're falling apart right there. Look at this, man. This person really wore their shoes. I think I gotta pass on these. That's a shame, man. That's a real shame, but these are a bit bedraggled. $2.25, that's nothing. But there ain't really no fixing that, players. And I don't want to give anybody no bad pair of shoes, and I don't want to rock a pair of shoes that's gonna fall apart then talk to me with each step I take down the road. Damn. So check these out. I think I might acquire these for the challenge. Size 9 Ed Hardy Chuck Taylor inspired kicks, $2.25 at the outlet. So one thing that happens when I sneaker shop in the thrift is I get caught up in my own sizing, right? Sometimes I just skip by. Man, look at this. 3 swooshes, one side of the silhouette. Are you joking me? 24-year-old baby Nikes. My son actually may be able to fit these right now. We're gonna have to try them on for him. On God. So we're going into the next thrift store, which is the same one that I went to last episode, where I did find a couple pairs of shoes. A lot of the sneakers were taxed. We'll see if there's anything there. Usually the good stuff is behind the register, and I gotta be a weirdo and record right in front of the cashier. But if that's the case, then so be it, man. Let's see what they have. So on our journey, there were some sneakers that I found in the thrift behind the counter. $24. They are the Babestas. These released in 2022. There's some LeBrons and pennies that also were released in 2022 in the same size that are right up there. But I'm just trying to legit check them, and the new Babestas are just so different than the old ones, like in terms of the tag, and this is just stamped in instead of embroidered on these, but everything looks good. The stitching looks fine all throughout the midsole, outsole. These were worn. The only thing is the interior tag. It looks pretty good, but I really have not seen a fake versus real pair in hand to see the font size differentiation. But for $24, I'm just gonna go ahead and risk it. Worst case scenario, I just rock these myself. These are pretty artistic, not autistic. So yeah, let's go ahead and just nab them for $25. And then I'll let you guys be the judge. But I think based off my limited research I've done in here, these are legit. And the context as well. All right, y'all, we're up out of there. We got the Bapesters secured. The Bapesters! Okay, these dudes, I'm not gonna lie, when I just saw the colorway, I initially just assumed they were fake. And I didn't realize the dip in quality over the years. Like, bro, that ain't embroidered. That's just embossed or debossed now. What the hell? Trippy. But yeah, this paint splatter colorway dropped in 2022. The other shoes, as I mentioned, were dated like around 2022. The LeBrons, they had some LeBron 2s, which is actually the first pair of sneakers I ever bought. The black ones though. But they had the blue ones without the strap, and they were the same size, same person, same year. But I just want to shout out whoever's girlfriend donated their man shoes, because you know that fool was behaving like a scallywag in the streets, probably was cheating, probably left his sneakers over at his lady's crib. She got fed up with the bullshit, went, donated the whole collection, then probably took him back anyways, because y'all know how that shit goes. But yes, man, these are not bad, man. This is why I love finding kicks at the thrift or used on eBay, on Thrift Heaven Vintage, or other websites, because, man, why in the hell would you pay $310 for these when 2 years later they're in the thrift for $25? Granted, if you want something really specific, that's when you spend, you know, retail on something, I guess. But for me, I rather just wait it out, bro, because there's enough shit that is released for you to get a kick that you desire for cheap, in my opinion. And it's kind of cool when you just build up a whole collection just off thrift kicks, because, bro, it's just the roll of the dice and you get some dope shit, such as these. I mean, they got the little chrome accents and details, okay, the chrome little iglets on the laces, all of that. So there you have it, Dad Nabbit. That's another great sneaker find in the thrift trenches, bitches. All right, here we go, y'all. Yet another thrift store, clothing, household goods, all of that. Let's get up in here and see what else the day has for me and you, collectively. So the racks are cooked, but behind the register, they actually have some gloves for $30, and these are my size. Perfect. The only thing is, there is some distressing on the interior of that satin. I mean, this is how you can rock them. I don't know why you would rock them like this. That looks insane. Zipped all the way up, they look kind of crazy. The Son of Gloves look way better, but yeah, I'll see, man. 30 bucks for these guys. Trippy. This colorway is kind of absurd as well. I wish I might. We'll think about it though. But some gloves. And the thrift in my size finally. But why these? Man, we're up out of there. They had the gloves. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted those whenever they came out. I don't remember the date, maybe like 2014 or something. But they looked ugly as shit in person. But yeah, I see some are listed for like 60 bucks. Those look terrible though. Straight garbage. All right, guys, we got another pair of size 12 shoes. My size. Are these one for the collection though, or are these one for the trash can and dust bin? How did someone in 4 years wreck a pair of shoes to this degree? All right, these are the lucky green, maybe unlucky for me, green Air Jordan 13s. These are so thrashed, it is insane. Like, look at that leather. That goes to show Nike's leather quality on full display. I don't even know if these are worth it. Nah, man. I mean, I could paint them, but this shit ain't even worth my time. But they got them, $225. I don't want these, even restored. I really do not want these. Normally I would, but nah, I'm cool off that. I'm cool off that, and there's some toe separation. Nah. So this is an amazing pair of kicks, y'all. Unfortunately, due to the fact that it's so old, it has disintegrated. But the Tommy for your mommy, these are almost worthy of a vault. Unfortunately, I think they are gonna get thrown out. Like, look at this strap, dude. What on earth? Sweet. Yeah, man, I just can't hoard though, so we'll take a picture to last longer. Oh, these are so cool too. The vintage Reeboks. Man, why are they falling apart like this? Look at that design. Hold on, then there is a classic pair of kicks in my size once again. My dudes, the Pure Money Jordan 4s. These have not fully disintegrated. Dude, I'm probably just gonna throw these in an oxy bath. Let's be real, to try and get that white super crispy. I'm gonna rub it down with soap. There is some heel drag, but man, I got these in the collection as is, but I'll probably get this pair to flip. I honestly don't mind when these are beat up like this. I think the yellowed bits honestly make them look pretty cool. We'll see if you guys agree, but I'm gonna add these to the cart. Look at this. Birkenstocks, these are a dime a dozen. All right, these are in pretty good condition. Made in Germany, size 42. That is a men's 9. A slight crack right here, all right? Maybe that's why they donated them. What the hell, white ass foot. But regardless of the fact, man, that ain't about to rip through this whole thing. Pretty pristine condition. I'm gonna grab these, $2.25. Oh, here's another cool pair. And this is kind of historic, if you will. You have the New York Cuban Air Force Ones, but God, these are beyond gone, man. God, these pairs go for bread. There's a pair that's like brown and black.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Man, these just got way too much heel drag. Look at that. That's outrageous, but look at this stitching. Hard. And all right, guys, so a few days have elapsed and we are back from the thrift. Now, I want to break down the financials and do another review of all the shoes that I did purchase. So let's get into the first pairs right now and the prices that I paid. So the first pair are, of course, the gorgeous gold medal Adidas Boosts. Now, I did clean up these Ultra Boosts. They are gosh darn more crispy than a daggum frisbee at this point. And thank goodness that this is all leather material that does form the stripes, or else these puppies probably would look a lot more used and abused than they do. So these guys I'm going to be selling on the website. I wear a size 12 and they're just a little bit too small. So link in video description to shop with me for any of these kicks I'm not keeping. Now the next pair of kicks are probably some of my personal favorites of this episode. Actually, yeah, these are just my favorite because they are so unique. The New Balance 874 Trail Runners. I mean, bro, if you want to win, rock the end. That's all I got to say, baby. But yeah, like just the attention to detail. Look at that honeycomb-like design you have right there. Me want honeycomb. They do represent the tech of the early 2000s, which always is very unique aesthetically. And if these are just half a size bigger, they would be in my personal collection. I can size up to 13, but I cannot size down to 11.5, which is unfortunate. So these dudes will hit the website, and these were originally $24, but they did have a 20% off sneaker sale that day in the thrift. So I got these puppies for a good 20 bucks, which isn't too shabby. I could find almost no pictures of these anywhere online when I was doing my research, trying to look up their value if there was any. So yes, this is just a very unique pair of kicks to have in anyone's collection. I love when I look something up online and there's just nothing known about it. Just makes it that much more special in my opinion. Now the kick everyone is probably the most excited about and obviously is the highest value are the artistic paint splatter Babesters. Now coming in at the price of $25, that is not bad at all, baby. At all right there for these nice little cream player artistic canvas and paint looking Jackson Pollock swagged out sneakers. So I was happy to get these for $24. Now these dudes I could keep in my collection. They're size 13, I wear 12, so obviously I can fit these dudes just like an extra half a pair of sock or something. But I am gonna put these on the website for you guys to purchase if someone does want to grab these. I'm gonna see what they're going for used. I think it's about 200 or 170, something like that. I'll come in cheaper than any other comps, y'all know that. But yeah, I mean, a clean pair of Babesters found in the thrift. This truly is a monumental achievement. I feel like not even creased, very crispy. So yeah, what is that, babe? I really like these though. Part of me wants to tax on them just so I can keep them as well. But I'm gonna be fair if someone does want to grab these in the size 13 variety. These are hands down a nice banging pair of kicks to find in the thrift. Like, y'all know how that shit go. Now breaking down the steel kicks, we got these pairs for $2.25, which is awesome. You have the Ed Hardy, like Chuck Taylors right here, okay? And these dudes might hit the website. Kinky wants to get these potentially for his lady, so I'm gonna see if that goes through. I'll probably hook her up for 15 bucks if she does desire these sneakers. Then we also do have the Berkeys. These are size 9. But what kind of stinks about these shoes is they have conformed and contorted to someone else's toes. So if y'all want some cheap Birkies, I will sell these. Y'all can try and reformulize them to fit you. Maybe I'll put these up for like 14 bucks or something like that. So still very cheap, still some Birkies in great condition. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna take some time to try and reformulize these guys. But they still do have all the printing on the inside, so they're not even heavily worn in, which is cool. Now getting into the sneakers in my size, finally, you have the Pure Money 4s right here. Now these dudes I haven't got around to rasterizing, which I definitely should have. What I'm probably gonna do is hit the tongues and all the little mesh areas with a ton of Dawn dish soap, scrub them down, and then I'm just gonna chunk these in the washing machine with some white Oxy, just to make sure I can get them as white and pure as possible. But I do like the yellow netting, and I do like the yellow outsole. I've tried to clean outsoles and turn them re-white, and it works for about a day. Then a week later, they're back to the kind of schmello yellow color scheme. So that's just a little word of advice if you guys are in the rasterization of sneakers. Maybe I did something wrong, but dude, that's happened multiple times. So I'm just saying what I know. And now last and certainly not least, these sneakers got me the most excited this episode. And there you have it, man. The Nike Air Force 180s 2013 edition. The most garbage quality materials were used in the construction of these shoes. I cannot say it enough that Nike is the cheapest, worst material using company that I done ever came across, my brethren. All right, so I was gonna take these somewhere and use the leftover finances for a reglue, but then man, there's even some separation of the bubble right here. And I just don't want to invest any money in a pair of kicks that will still probably fall apart and that still has the thinnest, worst quality leather. I mean, just look at all the red paint that has scuffed on the upper. So what I am going to do with these is I'm going to get that red paint off, get them as clean as I can. I'm not even going to worry about repainting that midsole, and I'm just going to hang them up from the ceiling in here because this is still just a cool, iconic piece of sneaker history. So this will be a nice display unit that will go in the backdrop of the studio space. Now, let's get to the brass tacks and the finances of this video and break it all down. So I purchased 6 pairs of kicks. One was $20, another $24.02, $14.51, $225, $225, $225, $225 for a total of $67.53. Then after taxes, that's an additional $5.57. So total, I spent $73.10 in this episode. Let's subtract that from my budget. That was $156.52, and we have a new budget of $83.42 for the next episode. And I am most likely gonna go online, peruse, and purchase some shoes that I do fancy. Now, if you guys want to purchase any pairs that you saw, again, link in video description to thriftheavenvintage.com. That is my website. We got hella clothes on there, hella gear. If you guys aren't into shoes, we got you covered in whatever your style, price, size, or preference may be, okay? So yeah, tap in on the links. I'm going live on Whatnot right after this video drops at 7:30 Central Standard Time every single Tuesday night. So tune into that live stream if you want to catch me on there. And until next time, thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. I love doing this sneaker series, and I'm excited to hit up the next. Let's see what else the Thrift has to behold, okay? Peace out, y'all. I'll see y'all soon.
Killing these songs, leaving a bloody life I roost to. And I'm in it to win it, so I'm somebody that you should get used to.